Well, I woke up from a nap to see that the UFC has done the ultimate sin, the ultimate wrong, the ultimate crime. A couple days ago, I did a video called Cris Cyborg, MMA's most mismanaged asset. Well, you can consider this a follow-up. Man, I wake up to the news that the UFC has booked an inaugural 145-pound featherweight title fight at UFC 208 in Brooklyn with Holly Holm versus Jermaine Durandamy. Really, I'm near speechless. I don't even know what to say, really. What the UFC has done to Cris Cyborg, man, is just it's sickening. It's pathetic. I don't even have the words to justify. As I said in my last video on Cyborg, the UFC announced that they bought Strikeforce on March 12, 2011. That's almost 6 years ago. Almost 6 years. Cris Cyborg was the champion at 145 and Strikeforce then. So you telling me in 6 years they could not transition her to be the 145-pound champion in the UFC? What was their excuse? What did they always say when it came to having Cris Cyborg in the UFC or having a 145 division in the UFC? What would they say? Oh, well, there's not enough girls. There's not enough girls to make a division. You know, it's not enough depth for a division. First off, that was bullshit. Because how is it that you're the number one organization and you're going to say that there are no girls for the division, but yet she can fight in Invicta and they can find girls for the fight all the time? You know? I mean, that's bullshit. And my feeling always was, hey, you don't need a division. You don't even need rankings. All you need was Cyborg. That's all you need. You put her, you have her as one of your champions, and just offer her up to whoever the best person is out there, whoever wants to challenge. You don't need a division. All you needed was Cyborg. Cyborg was the division. I also saw that today Cyborg got her U.S. citizenship. Man, welcome to America, huh? Look at how an American company screwed Cris Cyborg on her first official day as an American citizen. Company that screwed up for years and years and years. Today should be one of the happiest, most celebrated days of Cris Cyborg's life. And on the night of December 13th, 2016, this woman finds out that something that she has been fighting for, something that she has been wanting for years, was just snatched away from her and given to somebody else, handed to somebody else. Now look, You're not gonna find a bigger Holly Holm fan than myself. I love Holly Holm. I think she is one of the classiest people I have ever seen. I mean, that I've ever viewed from a distance. This woman always says the right things, always seems to do the right things. I can't say anything bad about Holly Holm. But the fact is, she is on a 2-fight losing streak. Hell, I wish she was still a 135-pound champion, but she is on a 2-fight losing streak. Okay. Not only that, but her team did not want her fighting Cyborg for the title. That's what Dana White said, came out of his own mouth. Now all of a sudden she can fight for the title. Okay. Alright. Jermaine Durandamy. I only saw her fight once. I don't have any issue with her. My only problem is, how can you have an inaugural title fight at 145 for the women and Cyborg not be involved? It is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to that title. It's a disgrace to the UFC. It's a disgrace to the sport. This woman has been the ultimate female fighter at 145 pounds since she beat Gina Carano in 2009? This fight is taking place in 2017. So 8 years later, like, the woman is still undefeated, still at the top of the heap in the division. You know, that belt, I got something for that new UFC 145 title. My torch. Put this to the new belt, because that's what it's worth. It needs to go up in flames. It's a joke. I personally hope that Cyborg never fights for the UFC again. I think for some reason, I think I read this somewhere. I think she has 2 fights left on her contract. What I hope she does, if possible, please fight out your contract in Invicta, those 2 fights, and get out. Do not re-sign with the UFC. Never, ever, ever fight for that 145-pound title. It does not deserve you. You deserve to be the first champ. They should have given you that belt just like they did Rousey. But that belt doesn't deserve you. You should not be some secondary 145-pound champion. The UFC does not deserve to have you. You have done nothing but the right things and the best things about the sport. Displayed dominance and excellence that we all should admire and love and respect. And as a thank you, you're done this way. It's not right. It's not right. And ask yourselves this: would they have done Ronda Rousey like this? If Ronda said that she wasn't available to fight Amanda Nunes until March, do you think they would have booked somebody else? Do you think they would have given Juliana Pena the title shot instead of Rousey? No. They would have had Amanda Nunes wait until March to fight Ronda Rousey. Cris Cyborg deserved to not only, first off, like I said in the last video, they should have just gave her the belt, just like they did Ronda Rousey. She deserved that kind of treatment. She is MMA royalty. She should have been handed the belt at 145, just like Rousey was at 135. But you see how they viewed them differently. And why is that? When Ronda Rousey, her level of dominance, and it's not even on the same level of Cris Cyborg. Not even close. Undefeated for 11 years. Rousey had her little flash And we saw what happened when she fought somebody with a brain and with movement. No. Cris Cyborg deserves so much better, man. She deserves so much better. They should have brought her up on the stage, gave her the belt, announced her as the Queen of 145, and they could have booked her a fight whenever she was ready. That's what should have happened. That's what she deserved. But to have an inaugural title fight without Cris Cyborg, I'm telling you, that belt is worthless. It is fucking worthless. It is a piece of shit. And I love Holly Holm, Jermaine Durandamy. She has my respect. But whoever wears that belt at the end of that fight, it's a secondary belt. Because the real 145-pound champion is that she has the Invicta belt. And that's a fact. The Invicta 145-pound champion, Cris Cyborg, that is the real top fighter at 145 pounds for the women in MMA. That's a fact. And I am going on the record right now. I am not buying UFC 208. I don't care what other fight they put on there. And I buy all the UFCs unless it's just a card that's not worth my money. But I'm telling you, UFC 208, I am boycotting. I am not buying out of protest. I am not accepting that bullshit. It is not getting my money. It is not getting my support. And I encourage every and anybody looking at this video to do the same. Do not pay for UFC 208. Do not buy that bullshit that they selling as a 145-pound title fight when the best 145-pounder is not in it. Is not the champion. Is not fighting for the inaugural belt. Do not accept it. I am not accepting it. And I'm telling you guys, do not accept it. We deserve better. Cris Cyborg deserved better. This woman could have been brought in for nearly 6 years. They had all the opportunities in the world, all the time in the world. Instead they had her cutting down to 140 pounds just to get a fight in the UFC last year. And now they wondering why she can't make 145. Hell, the woman was killing herself to make 140. She needed a break. She needed that break. You know? I'm telling you, they did this woman so wrong. Oh man, it is sickening. It is bad. It's so bad. She deserves better. I want her out. I don't want her fighting for the UFC again. I really don't. They don't deserve Cyborg. I bet Scott Coco wouldn't have done this to Cris Cyborg. He would have never done this to Cris Cyborg. Man, I want her to transition to Bellator, transition to kickboxing, boxing, whatever. Hell, she can get into boxing to be her own promoter and make good money. This, man, I'm telling you. This is bullshit, man. This is a joke. Absolute joke. Man. So, I'm about out of words. I'm just dejected and just in disbelief. Sick. But would they have done Rousey like this? No. They would have given her all the time in the world, booked the fight when she wanted. They would have, like they did, they brought her up on stage, gave her a belt. Cris Cyborg was deserving of that honor. She was the final Strikeforce 145-pound champion. And that basically transitioned over into the Invicta 145-pound champion. And this woman should have been honored. She should have been bestowed the ultimate honor of having that UFC 145-pound title put on her shoulder or wrapped around her waist at a press conference. And then booked the first 145-pound title fight. This woman is a star. She is just the ultimate wrecking machine in MMA. And she deserved that honor. She deserved this shit. And what they did to this woman, coming out putting her down, like she couldn't make 145, like she was turning down fights and stuff, and now booking two other women who don't deserve to have this honor, man. I'm telling you. I don't know what to say, man. UFC, man, y'all are, it's bullshit, man. This is a joke. This is an embarrassment. That belt is worthless. Throw it in the trash or just bring it to me. And hey, we can use this on it because that's what it's worth.